Hey, Marjorie is here, and here are my thoughts on the GameStop Circle Life situation. I'm sure you guys have probably heard about it by now because I think most of the major video game related YouTubers have made videos giving like their thoughts on this or their own personal experience on this, but just in case you guys haven't heard about it, I'll tell you about it real quickly. There's a website named Kotaku some time ago, I dare say a couple of months ago. This has actually been going on for a while. I'm surprised there are still more videos popping up about this. But they posted this article, this behind the scenes GameStop article from this ex-GameStop employee that explained how the Circle Life program works and how it kind of sort of forces the employees to do things they don't want to do if they want to keep their jobs. Bottom line, GameStop makes more money when they sell you a used game as opposed to selling you a new game. When you buy a new game from GameStop, basically most of that money goes to the publishers, the developers, the distributors, whoever they get all the copies from or whatever, they get most of the money and GameStop gets a cut. But when you buy a used game, most of that money goes to GameStop. And that's the main reason why you may buy a new game that costs 60 bucks or so. You trade it in like a week or so later. They give you like 10 bucks or 5 bucks or whatever. And they put that exact same game. They only give you 10 bucks for that game. They put it back in the shelf as used for 40 bucks or 45 bucks or making all that money off you like that. And yeah, that's kind of messed up. And that's why most people don't do that. And that's why for me, I've like given up buying new games. I bought Tekken 6 when it was new for 60 bucks, and now it's like in the bargain bin for 10 or 15 bucks. I paid 60 bucks for Dead or Alive 5 when it was new, and it like the same year I found it in the bargain bin already for 10 bucks or so. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again. It's like from now on, whenever you guys see me with a new or newer game, most of the time it's been like a gift from someone for Christmas or something, or I got a gift card or I got some kind of discount or something, but I am no longer paying top dollar for a new game. I'd rather wait or get it used or something, but no, not anymore. But anyways, the problem here is that corporate of GameStop has, I guess, demanded these certain percentages and quotas on used games, and if those quotas are not met, the GameStop employees are losing hours, and some of them may even be let go. And I assume that in the worst case scenario, they may even shut down that particular GameStop. I mean, they're a big corporation. They got a whole bunch of stores. They don't care if that one little store and that one little town gets shut down, They got so many more. But basically speaking, I'm not sure of the exact numbers though, but for every percentage of new games that are being sold, they want like this percentage of old, used games being sold. So basically speaking, if you go to the store today, the GameStop, and buy a brand new Overwatch game that's, never been opened or anything, you basically screw them over because now they're going to have to sell all this, this bigger percentage of used crap to make up for that game, and that's kind of messed up. But the real reason that so many people are upset about this is because due to this, the employees are now reduced to sometimes lying to the customers, to actually having new copies of a game in the back somewhere, and whenever you come to buy it, they make up some excuse like, oh, it's been sold out, but we'll probably get more 2 weeks later. You don't want to wait that long. So yeah, they got some used ones there. You can get that used copy over there, and that's the thing. So that's what everyone's getting pissed off at now. That's the real problem. And the main reason is, they don't really want to lie to you. I do not blame the employees for this. I don't even blame the managers for this, because the managers themselves are getting the orders from the higher ups. They also want to keep their jobs. I mean, if the store goes down, they go down with it, But that's what's messed up, though. That's what's messed up, that they're desperately trying to make these numbers, and now they're reduced to lying to customers, saying that they only got used copies, and the new ones sold out, while they still have them in the store somewhere. And I've heard even for pre-order games, and that's a pre-order. That's like the whole reason of pre-ordering games. If you're late or something, they'll make some excuse that it was sold out, and we got some used copies, even though you paid for the pre-order, you gotta argue about that. I don't know. And one thing I have heard, if you guys have ever encountered this kind of situation, if you guys have ever had this new game that just came out, that it's like, and I mean like it just came out yesterday new, that there's no possible way it's already used. You guys can actually go to the website and do like the search locator thing, put in your zip code or whatever, and you could see if your particular store has a new copy, and if they start making the bullshit that no they don't, you could show them that they do, and usually they'll make up some excuse like, oh, I think I got some ones I got some new ones in the back, we didn't see those, imagine that, that kind of thing. So that's one thing you can do. But personally for me, I do like GameStop. I've never really had any problems with GameStop, to tell you the truth. I've heard so many horror stories about it. I do know, even before this Circle of Life thing started, I do know there was always pressure with the pre-orders. If they don't sell a certain amount of pre-orders by a certain time, there you go again, you can lose your job. And I'm sure that these employees also don't want to push these used games on you. I mean, yeah, there's probably the one or two douche that kind of probably wants to rip off a customer. But for the most part, these are honest people just trying to keep their job. They don't want to do it, but they have to, because I'm sure some people may have a second job somewhere, but for some people, I'm sure this is their only source of income for the time being. And you know how it is. You have no time to go out there and look for another job. I mean, you're worried about your next paycheck. You don't want to be worrying about looking for jobs. It's not that easy. Very, very few people can walk out of one job and go out and apply and get hired the next day. It's still a process while you're looking for applications and interviews and all that. But the weird thing is, for me, I have never faced that situation, okay? Every time I've gone to GameStop, and I'm talking about even when it was EB Games, I have never been to a Funko Land, though. I gotta tell you that. I've bought Funko Land stuff, like, online, but I have never seen, and I guess I never will, see a live Funko Land store. I've only been to EB Games, and, it's GameStop now. But, they've always been chill. They've always been relaxed. They're just chilling there, watching the store, making sure no one's stealing stuff or causing drama, Of course, they do ask you the usual, like, is there something you're looking for? Can I help you with something? What game are you looking for? And they do that. But they don't push you, though. Like, I've never seen pushy ones. If I'm looking for a Street Fighter or something, I don't got this guy pushing me to buy Call of Duty stuff. He's just, oh, Street Fighter stuff's over there, that kind of thing. And, like, the ones I've talked to, they kind of pick up on what you like, like if I'm buying, because I'm a fighting game guy, you should know by now, you see my channel, but if I'm buying like a Mortal Kombat type something, and I'm, cashing out or whatever, like, yeah, they'll push the magazine and the power-up rewards card, all that stuff, but they'll also ask me, like, they'll notice I like Mortal Kombat, so they're kind of like, oh, Tekken 6 is coming soon, you want to pre-order that, and that kind of makes sense, there's fighting games, but they're not like Overwatch just came out, and I'm sorry, I'll probably rent it just to try it out, but I'm not really into that first-person shooter stuff, but they're not pushing it on me, or like the Nintendo Switch. I honestly do not care about any Nintendo product anymore, really, that much. It's just, I just don't care for Nintendo stuff. I like the classic Nintendo stuff, but not this new stuff. I don't care about the Switch, and so far I have gone into GameStop to buy like the Funko Pops or something. I have not had them like push the Switch on me. Hey, the Switch is coming out. Want to pre-order? Want to pre-order? Hey, the Switch. You want to pre-order? Like, I have not seen that either. I have not seen them being rude or pushy. So I have never encountered that. And one of the things I've always liked about GameStop too is that they're honest about the games. If the games kind of suck, they'll tell you it sucks. They're not just, it's so easy to keep quiet and just let the guy buy the game because that's the bottom line. You're there to sell games, right? But no, they'll tell you if it sucks. And this is like recent too. It wasn't that long ago that I bought Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan. And yeah, I've heard a lot of flack about it. A lot of people hated it. For me personally, I kind of liked it. Okay, I rented it. I kind of liked it. It's not perfect. It's not the best turtle game out there, but it is way better than a lot of the newer turtle games that have come out. I dare say this is like the best of the newer turtle games that have come out in the last couple of years. But when I bought it from the store, the guy was still kind of like, "Are you sure about that? I heard a lot of bad things about this one." And I'm like, yeah, I've heard a lot of bad things too, but I liked it, But he still said that. He still went the extra mile to make sure I didn't buy a crappy game. I still bought it anyway. But, he could have just not said nothing and told me, want to pre-order the Switch or whatever. So, like, I have only run into, like, nicer people. They're honest people. I haven't really run into this situation yet. I bought King of Fighters 16 new, I didn't get told, oh, we ran out. We got used ones though, so I haven't really run into that situation yet, but I don't know if you guys have. If you guys have, you can tell me in the comments below. But I personally think it's pretty messed up. And it's also messed up because GameStop is not that big anymore. Well, for me, I gotta be honest. For me, GameStop will always be the video game store. That's the place I always think of. Yes, sometimes I might run into a game if I go to Best Buy or something. I know Best Buy is kind of a competitor for it now, but I don't really go out of my way. I go to Best Buy to buy a computer or to buy a movie or something. I don't have video games in my mind when I go to Best Buy. I happen to see one, okay, But Injustice 2 is coming out. And the first thought in my mind is, whenever it's actually out, for sale, I'm going to go to GameStop. I'm not going to go to Best Buy. I'm not going to order it off Amazon unless popular too, that people order online. I mean, my first thought is, I'm going to go to GameStop. That's the honest truth. I mean, for me, that's always been the video game store. And as long as there is still physical media out there, they'll still be there. People are saying that, oh, it's going away, but I really don't think so. Because even if we get to the point that it's mostly downloaded media, because people are saying now that physical media is on its way out, and pretty soon it'll all be downloaded into your computer or your PS4, your Xbox One, and whatever system comes next and all that stuff. But I think GameStop will still be around. It'll still be around because they can still sell the subscriptions for Xbox Live or whatever. They can still sell all the Funko Pops and video game related merchandise. If the consoles are downloadable only, well, you gotta buy the console, you gotta buy the controller, you gotta buy your headset and all that stuff. They'll still sell that. And if PC gaming takes over, like I'm talking about, completely phasing out consoles, I'm pretty sure GameStop is still gonna adapt and somehow start selling, all PC games and the stuff you need to make your own PC. I mean, they'll adapt. There's no doubt about that. I have really no doubt at all. It might be known as PC Shop in the future, maybe 20 years down the line, but it'll still be around in some way, shape, or form. I'm pretty sure about that. But bottom line, it's wrong. It's messed up. I have worked certain jobs in the past to have similar pressures and similar things where percentages and quotas come into play. So I kind of know how it feels. I feel kind of bad now. And that's the thing, though. Whenever I start looking for jobs, the first place I've always wanted to apply to has been GameStop, and I've always applied to GameStop. There's so many different GameStops, and I know that it's so hard to get a job there because apparently from what I hear, you have to already know someone or already have worked there before with a good, good standing, be best buzz with the manager, or so maybe you guys went to high school together, I don't know, but you need something going for you to get hired there. But after hearing all this stuff, I really don't want to get hired there. I mean, I don't want the pressure of having to sell so many pre-orders or this new crap and that's against my own moral nature. I cannot look a customer in the face and tell them that we're all out of Injustice 2 new, but we got some used ones, when I know that there's 3 or 4 new copies in the back. I mean, I'll probably get fired because I'll probably be the one guy that says, hey, we got some new ones in the back, even though you're not supposed to. But that's the thing, man. That's the thing. That's all I can say. I'm sure most of you guys agree. It's fucked up. It's messed up. Don't hold it against the employees, though. Don't hold it against the managers. They're getting their earfuls. I'm sure that whenever they don't meet quotas, they're the ones that are getting bitched at by the top corporate and all that stuff. I blame corporate for being out of touch with consumers. I just think that with all these other options, downloading it online directly, buying it on Amazon.com, going to Best Buy or Walmart or any other place, all these options have made it harder for GameStop, because back then, you didn't really need these dirty tactics. I mean, what the tactic was for Nintendo 64 when it first came out? That the Nintendo 64 was coming out. That's all they needed to do. The games were selling themselves. Whatever Smash Brothers, or if they were making Overwatch 2, I mean, just the fact that Overwatch 2 is being made, I mean, that should already sell itself. But obviously nowadays, it's not enough. If they just kick back and let the game sell, they'll probably die. They need some kind of promotion, trade-in value, do this, do that. They need some kind of, they gotta hustle it, which is kind of weird because, I mean, back in the day, the Genesis and SNES and all of them, they were flying off the shelves. You didn't really need dirty tactics. People were just flooding the stores to get the new system, and you know, it was just a different time, I guess. So anyways, guys, this is Mark Rodriguez here. Bottom line, it's wrong, it's messed up. I hope they stop doing it, because another thing that's going to happen is the more this circulates, it's not just the customers that are going to stop going to GameStop because they don't want to get lied to and ripped off. It's also would-be employees, people that might want to apply to GameStop, people that might consider joining GameStop are probably not going to do it anymore. I personally don't want to be in that environment now that I've heard, because I've taken the GameStop thing based on what I saw in the store. Like I said, the people are honest, they're cool, they're chilling, and like, I would do that. I mean, I would love to just be chilling there and, oh, that game's awesome. Ooh, I've heard bad things about that one. Oh, if you're a fan of Street Fighter, you know that, you know, Street Fighter, Tekken, I don't know. Just examples. You're a fan of Injustice. Injustice 2 is coming out. You want to pre-order that. Like, it sounds like fun. It sounds like fun. That's what I would love to do. But after hearing all of this, after hearing all the behind-the-scenes stuff, no, thank you. No gracias. But, yeah. Like I said, they might lose a lot of things too. They might lose customers, but they might also lose would-be employees. And when a store cannot find employees, then it's going to go down. So anyways, guys, this is Mark Rodriguez here. Those are my final thoughts. And you guys, of course, are free to put your comments below, and your thoughts, and your comments. And if you guys have, I guess it's unfortunate, but if you guys have been on the receiving end of these lies and dirty tactics, then feel free to put your comments below and tell us the experience. Like I said, I've had good experiences with them. Sadly, it doesn't seem to be the case for many people out there, you know. Anyways, guys, see y'all next time.